Good morning and a very happy new year to you. This is my first little hike of 2026 and it's Baltic. It says -1 on the car, so I've had to get my big boy gloves on, but they're a bit cumbersome, so it might not work very well when it comes to gate locks and stuff like that. Told you. Keeping it real. That was harder than it looked. So it's that time of year again, in a way. I come up with some New Year's resolutions, things that I'm going to change for the upcoming year. Get rid of a few bad habits, all that kind of stuff. And I do it every single year. And for the most part, I don't let myself down, but it doesn't last so long, does it? So I've done the same again for like a wild camping edition. I've done a few others as well, so I'm having a go at dry January, where so far so good. Out to the pub last night for a family George's birthday meal. Didn't have a drink, so good start I suppose. But anyway, back to, I'm doing a wild camping edition, and I've come up with a list of 7 things that New Year's resolutions of a wild camper. That might be the title of the video actually. Whew. And I'm going to try and do this in one take if possible. I will have to edit out a couple of coughs here and there though, because I'm still not at my best. I should have bought my sunglasses as well. So I should be able to press this button twice. That turns the camera around so you can get to see what's blinding me. So we're up on the moorland near the Oxstones. That's where we're heading towards first. Again, it's really busy, cars parked all over the place. It is a Saturday morning though, so should expect that. So yeah, on to my first resolution. How long have I been doing this now? I've been doing the wild camping lark for a dozen years or so, something like that. And I've always said I'm going to do one wild camp in every calendar month. And I have camped in every calendar month, but not in one year. Still haven't done it. And I say it most years as well. So my first resolution is to do one wild camp in every calendar month. And this is going to be the year that I succeed. So we have got a busy year, so I've got to be quite organised when it comes to picking the dates and things like that. But even if it's just an easy wild camp, I'm going to make sure that I get it in. I'm surprised actually that I've not done it yet. There's been, especially in the early days, I was up the Lake District every other weekend. And there was some years where I've done 25 camps in a year. But 2026 is the year where I do one every month. Watch this space. And you can feel free to judge me come December when I've either completed it or not completed it. That wind is bitterly cold. Moving on to the second resolution of 2026 is to do a wild camp with the wife. The last time I did a wild camp with Joe was our honeymoon, so we're going back 4 years now. I can't believe that. It doesn't seem that long ago that we both did. We've been camping together, but not a wild camp. I know she prefers a few of the creature comforts, but yeah, she's definitely game for a wild camp every now and again, so I will be taking her. The last one it had everything. So lucky for it to be our, it was inevitable it was going to be our honeymoon, wasn't it? I did take her to Italy as well, but the first one, we went up High Rig, I think it's called, in the Lake District, and it had everything. We had fine dining, scallops, fillet steak, prawns, you name it. Beautiful views, beautiful sunset. Yeah, it was all perfect till the following morning when the wind decided it wanted to flatten the tent. So, but it was a good laugh. So we need to do that again. We need to do more of that. We've both decided anyway, 2026 is the year where we do more things, have more experiences, rather than own items or buy bits of gear and things like that. Ties in nicely with Joe's 50th birthday year as well, so we'll be doing loads of different stuff. Where's all the trees? Oh, there we go, there's one or two, look. Moving on to number 3 on the list. I'll start with a shout out to Gavin and Louise from the YouTube channel Hiking for Health. We do chat, me and Gavin, quite a little bit on the old Tinterweb. Never actually met him. I have waved to him. Didn't realise it was him. He was camping up on Grindslow Knoll. Shouted good morning. Didn't realise it was him. He didn't realise it was me. So his channel's called Hiking for Health, and it's all about how to use hiking to promote your health, all the health benefits from physically to mental health, all of that kind of stuff. And he does some lovely walks and some wild camps as well, and it's a really chilled sort of vibe that they've got from the channel. And it is so important that... Hi, how you doing? Yeah, it's so important that the benefits from that hiking does actually give to your health, and 2026 is about improving my health. So my resolution is to improve my health for hiking and camping. So I'm going to spin the hiking for health on its head and say that you've also got to improve your health to be able to do the hiking. You know, it's no good being out, well, it is good, but climbing up a mountain if I'm 25 stone or whatever it is. What I need to do is do the other things right, which is where I fail drastically. You know, I don't eat well, I drink too much, yeah, all of those things really. It's one of those, it's not necessarily I don't eat well, it's I eat too much. I eat to excess. I do everything to excess, I suppose. And I want to change that. So, yeah, I'm trying to make better choices, and I've tried this before, and it's so difficult to do. So I do empathise with people that struggle with the weight. You know, I've struggled with my weight since I finished playing football. I was never a slim Jim when I was playing football, but you know, I've kept things reasonably under control. Nowadays, plus getting to 40 plus, your metabolism I think changes, and I've become more sedentary. I got a sedentary job as well, sitting behind a desk instead of being on my feet, lifting stuff and things like that. So from 40 onwards, all of those things went against me. I'm not blaming them because I still put the food in my mouth, and I know that I'm accountable for what I do, although I suppose the food industry has got a lot to answer for with, you know, and the supermarkets and stuff, the way that they promote these things. And anyway, I'm going off track a little bit. So I'm going to improve my health to be able to do more of my outdoor things, improve my longevity, hopefully. That is the plan. But we shall see. It's one of those things I need to be a little bit forgiving of myself, because what I do is I'm an all or nothing kind of person, as you've probably seen with some of the things that I've said on the internet before. If I'm going to tend to cut my nose off to spite my face, and if I do something, if I start a diet for example, and then I do really well for a week, 10 days, and then I have a bad day where, you know, I lapse, or we have a family gathering or something like that, and then I sort of write it all off. Because I've failed it and I've had one day off, you know, you think you've got to throw the towel in and just go back to your old ways for whatever reason. And yeah, so that I just need to be more consistent and just, you know, the 80-20 rule or 90-10 rule, whatever you want to use, most of the time try and be good. As well, it's not just the food bit, you know, physical exercise as well. I might try a few new things this year. I showed in a recent video I did a little bit of a jog. You know, I've not run very much for a long time, so I might have a go at a little bit of fell running. I need to start easy, something like this. This is probably a decent track to start fell running on. I need to ask my friend Stephen Reed for a little bit of advice. He's the expert when it comes to that. Right, number 4. This is probably the most, not controversial, but the one that I'm going to maybe struggle with the most. I have decided, in my either stupidity or wisdom, that in 2026 I'm not going to buy another stove. Yes, you heard it here, you heard it right. I'm not going to buy another camping stove. Now, it doesn't mean that Joe can't buy me one for my birthday, but I've got enough. And they all do pretty much the same thing, don't they? They boil water, you can cook food on them, and some do some things better than others, which is true, but you know, I've got ones that do everything pretty good, so I don't need another one. So yeah, that will be the one that I'm most likely to fail on, because I've got a bit of a addiction, is that the word? I don't know if addiction's the word or not. It's certainly a bit of a problem. Let me see if I can have a word with Jo, see what she's got to say about it. She thinks I've got a massive problem when it comes to stoves. I'm going to get her on phone call. Hello, my darling. You're on camera.
Why am I?
You are, because I'm just about to tell you about number 4 when it comes to my New Year's wild camping resolutions.
Okay.
Right, I want.
Just number 4.
This is number 4. I'm not going through all of them because your opinions are too opinionated, and the video would take all down.
Okay.
However, what's your thoughts on this one? So in 2026, I decided that I am not going to buy any more camping stoves.
Yeah, all right then. Do you know, if you last January were out buying a stove, I'll be impressed.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's all you've got to say about it?
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. I don't even know why you're bothering to say it.
Well, I thought you believed in me.
I do believe in you. I don't believe that you can stop your addiction.
So is it an addiction, or is it just is it a hobby?
What, collecting stoves?
Yeah.
No, I think it's an addiction.
Okay. And does it need therapy of any sort or anything like that?
I think that's the only way for you to stop buying stoves.
See, we're both dying, look. This is the things that we do. I'm stood in the freezing cold, -1, and you're at least nice and warm at home, dying, aren't you?
But no, I'm not. I'm freezing. It's freezing.
Okay, so you think I'm going to fail? Am I destined to fail with this?
I don't want to say you're going to fail, because I want to be a supportive wife. I can't see it happening.
Okay.
If you get through the whole year without buying a stove...
You're allowed to buy me one.
Oh, no. You know I won't buy you one, though.
Is that because you're tight, or is that because you're stubborn?
No, because I'm stubborn.
Okay.
So you can be gifted them, you just can't buy them.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something along there.
No, that's cheating.
Okay, I'll borrow them then.
No.
Anyway, you poo-pooed my my resolution. I'm gonna.
Do you know what? You prove me wrong, sweetheart.
I will do. I will do. What?
Okay.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think that I will buy another stove in 2026?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. I shall see you soon.
Later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Don't die.
Okay.
Well, that didn't go as planned. I thought if anybody would believe in me, it would be our Joanne. Clearly not. So we'll put that one to bed then for now and move on to number 5. This is on a similar vein. So like I said, we've decided that we are focusing more on experiences than things. So when it comes to gear, I am not going to be adding more to my shelves. Doesn't mean to say that, let me put my glove on, that I won't get any more gear, but I'm just not going to be adding to the shelves, because the rule is in 2026, 1 in, 1 out, if I've got something already. So if I haven't got, let's just say I need a wetsuit because I'm going to swim to an island. Probably need to learn to swim first, but I could buy a wetsuit because I needed it for a task and I haven't got one already. But if I need a new tent or a new tent comes through the door that I want to keep, I need to get rid of another one. I just haven't got the shelf space, and I think that there's only so many tents that a man can need. N+1 is it, someone told me. N being the number of tents that you've already got. So yeah, cut down on gear massively. That is resolution number 5. We shall see how that goes. Obviously, because of the way that this channel works, I will still be reviewing bits of gear and stuff like that and testing it. Some of that, hopefully this year I'll be able to get my hands on some loan bits of equipment, so I'm not buying it. I'm not keeping it and just filling my shelves up with it. But just to see how it works, because I'm still really, I love just trying new things. I love experimenting and see how other bits of gear work or compare to what I've already got. But I need to put a limit on how much I've got on the shelf. So yeah, I don't know where I am here. I'm hoping I can go round this way, do a bit of a circular. Right, what was number 6? I've written them all down as well, which will help, but means taking my glove off and getting my hand in my pocket. Bear with me a second. Seems a little bit warmer here. I think it's just because we're out of that little bit of wind. It's unreal how much of a difference the wind makes when it comes to the temperature that you feel anyway. Yes, I've had my hand in my pocket. I've had my notebook out. So much for the one take. And number 6 on the list. It's a camp on Dartmoor. Believe it or not, the only place in England that you can just about legally wild camp is Dartmoor. And I've never camped there. I have been down to Dartmoor once, through it anyway, but I've never hiked there, never camped there. It just seems a long trek, but I need to tick it off my list. It's sort of the spiritual home of wild camping in England anyway. Every year thousands of people do it, and there's been thousands of people that have fought for us to be able to keep that right to camp there. So I think it's only right that I get my backside down there and pitch up a tent. One more resolution to go. Should have just picked one really. It would have been much easier to stick to, wouldn't it? Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you've made any New Year's resolutions, especially when it comes to wild camping or getting outdoors anyway. Yeah, but number 7 is to do at least one multi-day national trail this year. So over the last few years, I've done the West Island Way, I've done the Cumbria Way, I've done Derwent Valley Heritage Way, Derwent Watershed, and I want to do another one this year. I don't know what yet, don't know how many days yet. If I can do something around 5 days, I suppose would be ideal. So that we're talking things like Cleveland Way, Great Glen Way, something what's the one? What's it called? Hadrian's Wall, that's the one I was thinking of. Something like that. At least one. So if I can squeeze another little short one in as well, something like the Limestone Way, then that would be great as well. I think those kind of trails over multiple days are perfect for testing your wild camping skills. You're travelling long distances over several days with everything that you need on your back. So you've got to be quite, selective about the gear that you use, the food that you take, the planning of the route, places where you can stop, pick up water, all of those kind of things. It's a proper test when it comes to your outdoor skills with navigation, all of that kind of stuff, and just your mental strength, resolve. Physically, it takes it out of you as well. Beating on your feet and your knees day after day. So it is something that I've enjoyed doing every time, even though I found them tough. I want to do another one. In 2026, I'm going to do another one. I'm glad I've about done. There's a busload of people coming down the track here. Look at this. Torval and Dean would love that. Tells you just how cold it is, doesn't it? Anyway, that is me wrapping up for my resolutions of 2026. Revolutions of a wild camper. Make sure to let me know in the comments what yours are. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my walk. I was going to say in solitude, but there's a lot of people about. I'm going to turn right in a minute anyway and finish me little circular. But that's it for this one. All the best for 2026. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.